Looky here, these are my latest eBay purchases. Now I've got a bunch of slabs for making knife blades. You've seen me work those in previous videos. This one is mahogany obsidian, and these are black obsidian. And I've got this box of knapping material. Now this box here, this isn't any kind of flint or chert. This is called hornstone. Now a lot of the Native American artifacts I have in my collection are made of this stuff, probably because it's locally available here in Kentucky in the northern part of the state and in southern Indiana. And so we have two different types of hornstone. Now this one with the brown streaks in it, I call this the Kentucky version of hornstone. It's darker, it has the brown streaks in it. And this lighter colored here, I call this the Indiana hornstone. It comes in big round nodules. I've already made one small blade out of this stuff, out of one of the smaller pieces. And I don't know about the rest of it, but this piece was butter. I mean, it napped very easily. It was good stuff. And that's good, because the one thing about this stuff that I found is that you can't heat treat it. The more you heat this stuff, the tougher it gets. And it gets thousands of little cracks inside of it, and it becomes very unusable. It becomes just unusable. And this is the guy I bought it from. He's on eBay, Kentucky Artifacts. This is a tool I've modified to work some of the larger pieces. This was actually one of my boppers. So this is a metal pipe, an iron pipe, with a plastic shell on the outside of it. And I took one of my Delrin rods and cut it into sections and ground a lip on it and drove it down into this pipe, and then inserted one of my 3/8 inch copper rods on each end. There you can see it a little better. Now I think this is going to handle whatever heavy work I need. Now here's a piece straight from the box, and you can see the surface on this is smooth. This is workable. This has not been heat treated. And you can see this piece, the one I tried to heat treat. Now I heat treated this with some Texas flint at 450 degrees. So you might be able to heat this at a lower temperature. I don't know. But you can see all the little millions of cracks in it. And this stuff is just unusable. You can see how the good stuff has a ring to it when you drop it. It's still good. Okay, but this stuff, it has no ring. That means the internal structure is destroyed. It has no crystallization to it. So when you try to nap it, it doesn't flake. It just breaks off in chunks. Anyways, besides the heat treating, this is good stuff. And this is the guy that sells it, Kentucky Artifacts. Now here's some of the points in my collection that are actually made out of hornstone. And this one here, this big dovetail. And these pieces here, actually made out of hornstone. But this one is the one that I find most interesting. This is a flake knife. That what they did was they removed a large flake from the parent rock, and they used it just like it was as a knife. Then as it dulled, they chipped one edge and resharpened it And then when it got too small to use comfortably, or they either lost it or they discarded it. And here's a flake, just like that I knocked off. See, it follows a ridge, and it has a very sharp edge on it. You could use this as is, as a knife, and you could resharpen it, and you could do the same thing yourself. Here's some more of my Native American artifacts. If you'll notice, the ones on this side are lighter, and the ones on this side are darker. So I think these over here are Indiana hornstone, and these over here are Kentucky hornstone. This one has a bullseye in it, and this one has a little bit of a bullseye as well. So the Native Americans did use this stuff a lot.